Hey everyone, Victor here again with the Coffee with Experts. And ever since I joined this SEO market, this crazy SEO market 6 months ago, I remember the first thing I did was to follow some of the highest authorities in the market, or at least those who help, those who are there for the community, those who want to be listened, and those who want to talk more about the things that we do nowadays, right? The last episodes have all been about different markets, different businesses. We went from cannabis products to flight. But right now, I'm really looking forward because, again, I know this guy for a while. I know the work he's done is amazing, and I think you're going to love him too. Udit is here with us. Udit, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing okay. How are you, Victor?
I'm doing fine as well. For those who don't know him, currently he's the director of SEO at Cart. Cart is a company. Is it based in the US, Udit? I think so, right? Only the
Yes.
US.
We are all over the world, but
Oh, great to know.
primarily we are focusing on the US market where we service a lot of US-based clients. Yes.
Amazing. It is when I walked into the website of Cart, I was like, by the name of it, you know that it's retail, right? You know that it's something regarding retail. But those who are not familiarized with it, we're talking about automating delivery products in warehouses, everything being automated. Did I get it right?
You would say Cart.com is a full-service e-commerce as a service company. We do everything
Great.
from an online store to factory floor. We take a small business out from being brick and mortar straight to online and could service the entire the US market. So we help a lot of brands just do everything
Amazing.
from online store
Amazing.
to
And
factory floor.
and how did you end up in Cart? Tell us more
So
about you.
Okay, so in order to go towards my journey to CART, let me give you a little bit of background about myself. I come from a very technical background of becoming a computer engineer. That was my aspiration when I was doing my bachelor's. I always
Okay.
thought technology is going to be my calling. I always assumed that I will or become a software developer or I'll focus on doing that. Little did I know that that was not something that I loved too much, but it was something that was driving my ambition to what I do today, which is where I love helping brands. I love seeing small businesses become big, big
Oh,
businesses
that's also
scale.
nice.
And then I also love seeing a growth trajectory to every single person that I work with, be it people or companies. I love seeing everyone grow. That is where my ambition was. So when I did decide to use my tech background to leverage my love for seeing things grow, I decided that I'm going to be into marketing, and SEO was the one field that gave me that opportunity to combine technology and marketing together. Straight out of my bachelor's degree, had the opportunity to work at one of the best firms in the world called Publicis Group, where I was trained for SEO specifically, and this was very strong in person, like book and paper training, where we learned the basics
Okay.
of SEO. At that point of time, we followed Barry Schwartz a lot. We read about Ryan Fishkin, Black Friday. There was a Whiteboard Fridays that we always followed, all of us growing up. But that is where I learned my SEO. And a lot of that, still being the techie inside me, I wanted to combine all of that together. So when I was working for the biggest telecommunication company in India called Reliance Jio, I combined a lot of that technology and marketing together. So my approach to
Okay.
SEO was fresh back in 2017, and that fresh approach is what the leaders at Reliance Jio loved. And that is what told me that, hey, there's so much more to learn around technology and marketing together, which pushed me into the direction of learning more about how technology can be applied into marketing. So I decided to go into Sacred Heart University in Connecticut, where
Okay.
I pursued my master's in big data analytics and AI applications in marketing. That is where I learned that the world of marketing doesn't have to just revolve around my target audience or doesn't have to just revolve
Yeah,
around people. It is so
I
much more
agree.
where technology can help you influence, make a lot of their decisions, which told me how machine learning algorithms actually work. That is where I learned how machine learning algorithms actually work. And I started seeing a lot of similarities between the machine learning algorithm technologies that I'm learning in the backend, the tech that powers machine learning in the backend, and Google algorithms. Like there's so much how Google algorithms are learning all of that in the backend and they're powering search. That is something that piqued my interest. And I'm like, I've learned SEO before. Now I understand the technology that powers search engines. Let's combine all of this together and become like a techno-functional SEO professional that will continue fueling my passion of helping brands grow. That is where I got the opportunity of working at this brilliant agency called Dumont Project, where I first started my SEO journey in the US. Dumont Project was a small boutique
Okay.
consulting agency that helped multiple Fortune 500 brands grow or launch their B2C side of the business. While I was working at Dumont, I got the opportunity. No, Dumont was acquired by Cart.com as their
Oh, I see. Makes
marketing as a
sense.
service arm, and that's how I landed up at Cart. And I think I started at Dumont Project as an intern, which again, the fresh approach to SEO, and I had the opportunity to work hands-on with a lot of these brands where I was able to test, implement my own theories about SEO, and achieve success so quickly. Where I went from being an intern to a manager, senior manager, team lead, and then director. So that was
Wow.
all, I think it was 9 months when I scaled that quickly. But that did put me in a position where I was able to work with a lot more SEO professionals. I was able to build my own team, hire my own team with similar approach to SEO that I have, where I could teach them everything that I know and they could teach me everything that they've learned so far. And we combined all together and now are a very strong team of SEO professionals who have an amazing fresh approach to SEO working at Cart.
Wow, that's actually amazing. And so fast, you said 9 months. I'm sorry to ask, but how old are you, Judith?
Oh, I'm 29, very close to losing my 20s and going into my 30s now.
The same, my friend. I'll turn 30 in September. How about yourself?
August.
Okay,
That's very tough.
so you let me know a month ahead how it is to be 30, and I'll
I
laugh
will.
at your face for a month before I get to the 30s as well, if that's okay
Yeah.
for you.
In fact, I'm
One,
excited too. Yeah, I'm
me
actually excited to
too.
lose my 20s and 30s. So,
I'm kind of happy for the victor of the 30s, you know? So I'm looking
mhm.
forward. I feel like I hit several milestones to arrive at the 30 with a good enough life, but I want more that I think only the 30s will be able to suffice. You know, I want more of the adulthood that I feel like it's approaching myself now. But alas, we all know that things take time, especially in SEO, right? It's not about the
Yeah.
quick results, it's about how long they take. And you mentioned that you are from India, and a lot of us watching this video right now knows that DWS is from India as well. But then I might ask you, instead of me letting people know, instead of them trusting my words, let's hear it from you. How different it is to do SEO in India than it is to do SEO in the United States.
Okay. I think it's a lot cutthroat in India where there's so much more competition with everything doing the similar,
Yeah.
everything taking a similar approach to SEO that you go around the corner and you'll find professionals who could optimize your website for you. But I would say it's very different doing it overseas. One thing that I've learned compared to how things were in India to compared to how things are in the US, that the approach to SEO is different.
Okay.
In India, it's more about being very strict with the books and understanding what works on the site, knowing your ranking factors and optimizing your site. Whereas in the US, it's more about understanding the business, speaking to a lot of senior leadership and understanding what their goals and ambitions are, using that goals and
Mm,
ambitions to actually build your SEO strategy, getting buy-in from the leadership to get that, and then planning your entire campaign around those goals is what is very different in India versus the US. I would say it's a lot mass service in India, whereas one person, like a team of 5 people working on one account, whereas it's more tailored in the US, where a team of 1 or 2 professionals are dedicated to one account, where they think about everything, how the
I
business is
see.
going to grow, not just about achieving targets, but it's about achieving growth in the US, whereas compared to how things were in India. But I would strongly say that the training regime that is in India, where the basics and the foundation of SEO are built, it's pretty strong.
Oh, that's great to know. And it is something that I've heard in the past as well of how many the Indian market knows about SEO. And as you say, they know so much in terms of the theory, right? They try and go for keyword optimization, for everything else that we know in terms of on-page and off-page optimization as well. And then I can already see this by myself whenever I'm talking to another company that this method is getting tiresome, right? People,
Yeah.
especially in the AI age where most answers to our questions are being easily answered to in the net. I do understand companies, Fortune 500, Fortune 10, even mid-sized companies wanting higher quality in their SEO overall, meaning less cheap links and more. If backlinks is their strategy, they're pushing for the higher authority links. If, however, they want to do link exchange, they are going more into events to meet new people. So I can see the market is changing and relationships are becoming even more important in the link building or SEO side of things. But you've been through this way more than I have been. And the first thing that comes to my mind whenever I hear about your experience is you working with the Fortune companies. No matter the number, Fortune something, rich companies with a lot of money to spend on and a lot of expectations regarding your deliveries. Can you tell us a little bit about how you used to work with you for that?
Yeah, I can chime in to a little bit of that. One thing that I would say, and I'll correct you, I would not say SEO is changing. I would say it's evolving. When we say changing, what happens is we believe that the foundations have changed and everything's changing and
Evolving. Thank you.
everything's changed. When I say it's evolving, I'm saying that the foundations are staying exactly the same, but on top of that, there are so many other things that we have to now consider to make sure that we continue to evolve. Let's think about it this way. In the name, search engine optimization,
Optimization.
it says it in the name that it's optimizing for the search engines, not just
Search.
your
Yeah.
website. And if your search has evolved beyond your website, that means as SEO professionals, we have to start thinking how we evolve our SEO strategies to service the SERP, how it's evolved over the period, of course, of time, right? In the last three
Yeah.
years, I would say 2023, 2024, and 2025, SEO has been turbulent. It's been very difficult. Organic has lost a lot of traffic. And with that happening, it is so difficult to have that conversation, especially with senior leadership, to let them know and ask them to continue to have faith in SEO,
Yeah.
that the evolution of search that went from just organic to now more real estate to paid, organic shopping coming showing up in the search, discussions and forums having more space in the search, where when we have that conversation with senior leadership, it's explaining that drop in traffic, it becomes challenging, I would say. And that's the biggest challenge that I've faced with like Fortune 10, Fortune 500 companies that we currently work with. We're explaining that drop in SEO, which is not a bad thing, and Google will course correct itself,
Yeah.
has been my biggest challenge working with these companies. On the bright side, having the understanding of how the SERPs have changed or how everything has evolved has helped us have those conversations more fluently. We have been able to explain our approach to SEO and how everything's evolved. We've been able to take decisions on the go where we are now working with other channels, other paid media channels to help organic as well, combining our strategies with paid search, combining our influence on optimizing Google Merchant Center along with how paid search used to. Paid
Hmm.
search uses that for PMX. We are actually using it for organic shopping, which is also a very key space where we should start focusing on, because if you search for any e-commerce query right now, 50% of the SERP is taken over by like products and having the ability
Yeah.
to buy it there,
You're
right?
right. You're right.
So so matching that evolution in our strategies along with how everything evolves, it's a key to finding success in 2025 is what I would say. And it's been easier for us to have that conversations with the clients now because everyone understands how things are changing. Everyone understands how when people search for something, their way of searching, the consumer's way of searching is evolving. So
And
everyone
it is.
understands that. And when we have that conversations with these companies, it has become so much easier to get their buy-in on SEO. And also, I'm very lucky and fortunate to be working with such amazing brands who have an open approach to their marketing campaigns where they're willing to test and experiment with different channels combined together, which was not as fluid as it used to be. It's very fluid in the US, but in India, it's not equally fluid. Like there's a lot of restrictions,
Hmm.
I would say. I love that about working with the clients that I currently work with, where there is amazing approach to SEO testing and then doing all of that tests and finding those results and then continue doing that to achieve success.
That's great. Wow. And again, especially considering your age, how much you've been through, and how much things will evolve. I won't use the term change anymore, but how they will evolve. It's crazy, right? Sometimes
Yeah.
I lose my sleep just because I don't know what will happen in 5 years or 10 years or whatever. But we do know that right now people are losing their mind about AI. We already got from this conversation that you are a very tech savvy person that understands data and wants to use SEO not only in terms of marketing, but in terms of raw analytics, insights, data, and whatsoever, making sure that everything goes accordingly. Is AI a part of your strategy at the moment, or are you waiting for it to be better cooked?
I would strongly suggest that rather than making AI a part of your strategy, use it in two ways. One, make your life easier when you're working with SEO.
Yeah.
Use it to do market research, use it to understand your consumers better, use it to make your work life easier. And second, if you don't understand the impact AI is playing on Google search at the moment, I think people are a few bounds behind of catching up to where the SEO world has evolved to. AI influences everything in search right now.
Yeah.
Google algorithms consistently are learning from everything that they see and everything that they read in online space. Earlier, when the shift happened from machine learning to AI, which is a shift a lot of people don't understand. People think that machine learning is equal to AI. It's the same thing. It's not.
Oh, yeah,
With
true.
machine
It's not.
learning,
Yeah.
if we implemented something, it would take 9 to 10 or 15 to 20 months for Google to actually understand what changes were made to make sure that the machine understands all of that and the impact to be shown. Every test that we do with this AI age now, where a lot of Google algorithms are powered by AI, these testing windows have shrunk. You implement something and you would see the impact in a couple of months. It's that quick. The reason why that is happening is because as we evolve as SEO professionals, as websites evolve, as content evolves, as everything evolves, Google search continues to evolve along with that. And I'm 100% sure that it's going to continue to evolve to an extent where it will continue to get better and better and better.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
with with that being said, I would say that AI is not only a part of our SEO strategies at the moment, but we have reached a point where we have identified ways or elements that influence a lot of these generative AI aspects of SEO. The AI
Sure.
overviews, how brands show up there. I've been fortunate enough to work with a team that is equally intrigued into SEO as I am, and everyone's been testing and playing grounds where we've been able to achieve success in AI overviews as well. So that's a good thing. I would say that our strategies not only use AI, but they evolve along with how Google search continues to evolve along with search. Yeah.
Oh, it makes sense. And whenever I talk about AI with SEO people or even customers, or whatever, their main concern is AI generated content,
Hmm.
which we know it is something right now, right? We saw the growth of ChatGPT, we saw the birth, sorry, of it. And right now, we literally have tons of agencies and enterprises using it, not as you said, not as we do, as an assistant, which is the term, right? Is an AI assistant. But no, they use it to replace professionals. Why hire a content writer if I can use AI to write content for me? And what we are also seeing with it is a shift towards making sure that the content, the creation of the content, is not only to populate articles, but to generate engagement with
Hmm.
the customer, right? In terms of content creation, which is a big part of SEO, do you mind letting us know how you like to work with it?
So I'll give you my opinion of AI generated content. Okay.
Oh, please. That's even better.
I strongly believe that AI algorithms, now, for example, Gemini, I'll use a ChatGPT and Gemini as an example. Gemini algorithms, like Google's AI, is being trained on everything that you see on Reddit. There's a partnership between Reddit and Google as well. So everything that they do by scraping all the websites that they see, all of that data combined with how people search and talk on Reddit, all of that information is something that fuels the algorithm that decides and spits out content. I
Okay.
want everyone, all of the users, to do one test today or in the future. Search, put a query to write a content about a specific topic. Take that same search query and ask a second person to make the same search. You'll get two different articles. Take both the articles, put it in AI, and ask them what are the similarities between both. Both generated articles for two different people will have 80 to 90% similarity in the topic or the
Mm,
sentence structure that comes out, right? Now
okay. I see what
imagine
you mean.
if AI generates a lot of this content for one person, and the second person uses similar kind of query, generates the exact same article that is 80% similar, and all of that similar articles that you post on your website is the content that Google's AI is using to retrain itself. When we come to a point where we need fresh, good quality content, and we are requesting that from an AI that is using your AI generated copies to generate more AI generated content, you're not going to have quality. And that's going to be a big issue that we hit in the future, and up until where AI technologies I still believe are not in a place where they could evolve beyond this. If people continue to use AI to generate AI generated content, which the AI uses to generate more content, we'll just end up with poor quality content in the future. I
Yeah.
strongly believe that the human touch to innovation, creativity, and actually even research and brainstorming should never be replaced by AI. It should be something that
Oh,
humans
yeah.
should consider. So one thing that I also understand and I believe is each brand is different. Each brand has its own different voice. Each brand has its own different take towards technology. I'll take skincare as an example. Even though the ingredients of all the skincare are the same and the benefits of the skincare approaches are the same, each kind of product is created with different composition of those ingredients. Similar way, one content for one brand should be tailored to the context of that specific brand compared to others. So I would say draw inspiration from everything that you see online, but build or create your own content, build and create your
And
own
then,
voice and carry that.
no, that's actually pretty good, pretty solid advice. And how are you balancing the human touch of things, the human side of your work, and the AI side of your work? Because, like, at least for me, and I can see for a lot of friends, some of the AI use cases are to transform a hard work into a smart work. So instead of wasting hours filling a sheet, just send it over to the AI in, let's say, 10 minutes with enough prompting, you're going to get the shit done.
Yeah.
For you, I imagine that even though the help is over there, you're still being pressured and you're still being, how can I say, asked for excellence the same way you were working ever since you started,
Yeah,
right?
I would love to give an example and explain how I use AI to help my life easier. One of the coworkers that I currently work with, amazing people on my team, by the way. I really appreciate every single one that I work with because everyone brings a fresh approach to SEO. One
Yeah.
of the SEO managers that currently works with me recommended we save our time by doing CRO using AI. Let me elaborate a little bit more on that.
Please do.
When we analyze heat maps of how users behave on your site and we see a pattern there, sometimes when we do a majority of this analysis right now happens manually. You go in, you check sessions, you understand reach clicks, you understand how people behave on your website, you take all of their findings and then make changes on your website to basically tailor your website for users, right? One of the SEO managers that I currently work with recommended we should use Microsoft Clarity, export a report out of that Microsoft Clarity, create a
Okay.
text summary of what the analysis using AI, create a text summary of all the analysis from the Microsoft Clarity report, use that, give it to an AI, and ask the AI to recommend what changes should be made on our website. And AI can spit out the steps that you need to take to move buttons, to move, add more content in specific places, move segments around, add new elements, and you can also train the AI to use an SEO friendly approach to doing that.
Uh-huh. Sure.
We saved weeks worth of work that we could do only in 30 minutes now. So these are some ways we currently use AI to help us in
I
our daily
see.
life. But there's still that human element where we set all of this up together, we manually review, we make sure that all the recommendations that we are even getting from AI makes sense with the human perspective. And there's always a CRO expert that we consult with, we work with, and then make sure that we get all of that buy-in from them. Once we get a
Mhm.
green light from there, we combine a lot of that with our SEO strategies and implement on our client websites.
Wow, that's wow. Again, I do believe a lot of people are wowing viewing this episode the same way as I am because again, you're bringing fresh ideas. I didn't hear about them before, and it's important to have you here to talk about them. And one thing, this question will make a lot of sense, I believe. One thing is for you to say how good you are, right? You're the best. You're the greatest SEO ever. I'm the greatest FIFA player ever, and then somebody comes to home and beats me and then I cry all night long. But I know that you are the guy that you claim to be. And I know that you have had your fair share of award-winning SEO campaigns, stuff that worked and really worked in the past. Is there a story, any in particular, that you would like to share that can inspire those who are watching us? Because remember, there will
Yeah.
be people from the same way we started 9 years ago, there will be people 20 years old here viewing this, watching this, and wanting to learn more. What would you say to them?
One thing that I would say first is I'm not the best. I have just been fortunate enough to be in situations that have given me the opportunity to test and use my little curious mind to consistently take a different approach to SEO. And that's what
Mhm.
has helped me with my campaigns at the moment. I wouldn't say I'm the best. There are so many other people that I look up to a lot, that I follow on an ongoing basis as well. And I love everyone's approach to SEO. But I think I'm good at what I do, and I'm happy that I'm able to work with such amazing brands that are helping me continue to claim that. One example that I would love to give everyone, an SEO strategy that I wanted to focus on specifically for this one skincare brand that I worked with historically. This skincare brand came to us in the month of December, which is like the busiest holiday season, and they wanted to
Yeah,
do, and everyone who knows SEO understands how painful an SEO migration is, especially in the busiest time of the year, which is the holiday
especially
season.
at the end of the year. Yeah.
And this beauty brand came to us wanting to move from Demandware, which is Salesforce Commerce Cloud, to Shopify. In the start of December, we had two
Okay.
weeks to finish, to map all of their historic URLs. And this is a new client, so we know nothing about the website. We do all the research and do the mapping along with that. We finished an SEO-friendly migration from Salesforce Commerce to Shopify. Or even post this migration, we made sure that we optimize a lot of their elements on the website, fix all of their technical SEO while the migration was happening in that very short window of time that we had. That client in that entire year of 2023 and 2024, I believe. 2023, we did the migration. 2024, the entire year, when 146% higher revenue came from organic channel, 99% higher organic traffic post migration. This is a brand
Okay.
where 97% of the traffic going to the website is branded and 3% is non-brand.
Wow.
Our goal for them, in order to increase that conversion and to increase all of that traffic coming to the website, was primarily the non-brand. And as we all know that when you're competing in the skincare space, you are competing not only against other brands, but you're also competing against these retail giants like Ulta, Sephora, Amazon, all of these other
Sure.
brands as well, right?
Sure.
So um, our goal was to make sure that the client was successful. We spent 30 days just understanding, after the migration, 30 days just understanding the business, understanding the core composition of their products, understanding what's the value proposition that the client offers, and the audience that it caters to. I would say the strategy that we build around that SEO campaign is the only way that campaign succeeded, because having a brand which has just migrated and have them to rank for keywords like lipstick, keywords like mascara, which are like high volume search keywords, was never going to happen. If I was doing the same SEO I was doing back home in India, my approach would have been find the right keywords, target that on the pages, rank,
Yeah.
and then I would, for that entire 2024, I would have ended up not getting any traffic on the site because I would have ranked in 20s and 30s for all of those small like seed keywords, and I would have never achieved that. What we tried to do is we took a different approach to SEO for this one client. What we did was we created like a YouTube video shopping experience collection pages where
Okay.
someone would have like how to get blue smoky eyes, and then we would have a
Okay.
video of getting how to actually get that, how to achieve that using our products, list the products at the bottom, optimize that with content, and launch these collection pages that helped us drive a lot of that growth. This was like contextual, real life shopping experience. I call this technique like content for commerce, where you actually use content to convince people into pushing them into the interest phase of their buying cycle, intrigue them, show them the products at the bottom, and help them convert from there. We launched that in the blog segment itself, where the shoppable YouTube pages helped us draw a lot of that traffic. Rather than pushing and focusing on all our SEO strategies and getting like the setting powder or like the lipstick pages to rank, we started creating these expanded categories, which are like liquid foundation or powder foundation, these small
Makes sense.
long tail keyword collection pages that helped us rank quicker, drive a lot of that organic non brand traffic for these keywords where the competition is the lowest, get those people to the site, and then in small buckets, these were not the keywords that had more than 20,000, 30,000 searches. These were keywords that had 9,000, 10,000 searches with lower competition. And we were able to rank and drive that non-brand traffic that helps us achieve that organic growth. Now,
Wow. Wow.
in 2024, when we achieved all of this and we made sure that we built that authority with Google, now we can go after all of those seed keywords when we wanted to, rather than going after those at the start of the campaign. We created this plan where we would rank for these low hanging fruits, which are
Sure.
very less competition and decent search volume, build authority, and then go after skincare, then go after all the specific makeup related terms now. So that was the SEO strategy that helped us achieve that success.
Okay.
Along with that, I would not just say that we focused only on their website. We optimized their YouTube channel. We connected our content calendars together, which means we everything that was going on paid promotional side. We made sure there's a subsequent blog that goes along with that, so that there's same voice happening around the same client. If this helps anyone, I would say the three key takeaways from this are: one, don't just focus on traditional SEO, which is optimizing on-page metadata, content, and FAQs. Focus beyond that. Second, rather than optimizing just your website, optimize your media platforms, which I would say, I wouldn't call them media platforms. I would say owned media platforms, earned media platforms, rented media platforms. And if people don't understand what this actually means, I want everyone to look them up. It's about optimizing your YouTube channel, focusing on your TikTok and social strategies, connecting that with SEO, your blogs, your external third party content syndicators or influencers that are writing about you, combine all of that together. All of this combined together will work as an SEO strategy that will help you achieve that growth rather than just your traditional SEO approaches that we've been doing for so long.
Yeah, and I can see, especially working, talking about Brazil, for example, usually we separate things. It's influencer marketing is one thing, ads are
Hmm.
another different thing, social media is another, and they never talk between each other,
Yeah.
right? So, and then things don't usually go the way they were planned to go. You have a YouTube video of a product going live on Thursday, but you didn't have any articles about it for a month, and then you didn't post it until the next week. I can see what you mean. And I think everybody here also understands this, but that's the main issue. It's not our lack of will to let the customer know that he needs to do this. It's their lack of interest in understanding that what we're saying makes sense, right? Because again, it's not even their fault. And by their, I don't mean anybody specifically, just the higher ups of an enterprise. Um, you did the last question I usually save where I ask people for life advices, but again, you or I are super young. I don't. I
Yeah.
know we have advices for sure. We do, but usually I'm talking about people who are twice our age.
Yeah.
However, instead of asking for life advices, I would just ask two things. First of all, your plans for the future, what we can expect from you as a professional. Will we see you around the globe this year? We will take part in events and conferences because, again, you're a very nice guy to talk, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people here who are watching will want to connect with you. And the second question would be for them to get your attention, which anime they have to start talking about first.
We can honestly, I think Victor, you know me pretty well, and you understand that I'm someone who's been watching Japanese animation for a while. But not a lot of people know this, but I drive a lot of creativity out of Japanese animation into my
Oh,
SEO
really?
strategy, right? The reason why I watch Japanese animation is because it gives me a perspective. It trains my mind to learn and think with a more of a strategic contextual approach rather than just being like straightforward, hey, this is the right answer. The ability of Japanese animation to create a world and think about it in multiple directions and then create theories out of that helps me understand, or it helps me drive a lot of my marketing strategies that I currently use. And I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that creativity that I get from these animations that I currently watch. I would say anyone who wants to get my attention just with anime, ask me a question about anime and I'll always respond. But other than that, I'm very open to reaching out to
Great.
people, speaking to them, exploring their perspective towards SEO and exploring their perspective towards their approach to marketing. As far as future segment of your question, Victor, I think I'm still learning and evolving. There is with my foundation of understanding why I want to continue to help brands to grow. Like that has been my calling, and I've realized that I love seeing brands grow. In the future as well, I'll always maintain this consultation approach to my career, where I will continue doing what I currently do with SEO. Along with that, I've shifted a little bit towards organic growth, not just SEO. Organic growth has been something that I've always been intrigued about, which is not
Okay.
just about, let me define organic growth as well. I just don't focus myself on optimizing SEO websites. And this is how SEO strategies at card.com are also devised right now. We just don't look at your website. We take a 360 approach to your marketing campaign where we are working with your paid search team, we are working with your influencer team, we are working with your display teams, we are also working with your influencer program. Affiliate marketing and SEO is combining together, coming hand to hand to combine a lot of these third party content syndications that are already happening and using it to the SEO benefit. We usually take organic growth approach to marketing, not just SEO. So every single time we jump into conversations with clients, which are potential clients or existing clients, we start with understanding what their business actually looks like, understanding what
Makes
the
sense.
core value proposition of the business is. And then we build this plan around how we would work with all of these other channels, along with the foundations of SEO that we'll continue doing to actually achieve that success. Right. In the future as well, when I move past this phase where SEO is the only thing that I'm doing right now, I want to start thinking about organic growth as a channel where we could help businesses grow with understanding, with not just media, with media perspective, but with an organic, non-paid perspective. How could businesses achieve that success is the path that I'm taking right now. I don't know where I'll be in the next 5 to 10 years or what I'll be doing in the next 5 to 10 years. But if my ambition to help clients or if my ambition to help businesses continues in the same direction, I think I'll still be working in the services industry 5 to 10 years down
Wow.
the line.
Wow. I actually know where you'll be in 5 years. You'll be watching anime. That's a for sure.
Yeah, that's for sure. If
Right.
my wife lets me, for sure.
She will. Of course she will. It's a part of you. It's why she fell in love.
Yeah,
Well,
for
I
sure.
think this is all the time we have, which is a pity because again, super interesting to know everything you said regarding the changes in the just so the folks understand, we are saying the term as Indian SEO, but we're talking about the more knowledgeable SEO that everybody does, right? India has a lot of people working with it. So, of course, it mirrors the market by itself. But understanding that you see this as an, not gonna say dying process, but a need to evolve process, right? We are always evolving. Already lighted up several ideas up in my head, and I'm pretty sure that the viewers here have the same feeling. Do you have anything last to share? Any closing words before I say my memento here?
Trust me, there's smart marketers in India who I have learned from personally myself. There are people who do SEO million times better than I have in India as well. What I want to do is cater to the masses, this new approach to SEO that's happening everywhere in the world, which may have been missed by our community back home in India, like SEO community back home in India, where I want to help everyone understand this fresh approach so that all of us can come together and help our brands evolve to an extent where Google algorithms now start understanding that this is the new normal. Everyone understands how the world works. And there's, I wouldn't say competition, but more of a healthy SEO approach where not all content is being used creating AI. There's not a heavy dependency of everything, all the SEO strategies being done using AI. I just want to spread that message. And that's the whole reason why I'm here today. With all due respect to everyone in India, I have so much more to learn from people there, and I will always, always, always. I'm always in touch with all of my leaders back home in India who have taught me SEO to where I've reached today, and I'm very excited to know
Great.
and understand where they are and know and understand how they are doing. A lot of them have started their own businesses and have grown them to like multi-billion-dollar businesses as well. I'm super happy to have learned from them, and
Uh-huh.
I think I'll continue to draw inspiration from everything that I see around me.
And I'm pretty sure you are an inspiration to people as well. I'm pretty sure you are one to me at least right now. Well,
Yeah.
I
I
only
hope
have
so.
to say thank you for being here. thank you for being this amazing person. Thank you for talking about anime, SEO, and all of the other things we talked. Really hope to see you back again in the future. And for everybody else who's watching the video, please, everything related to it will be here in the description down below. All the links for you to get in. Remember, he likes anime, so if you start with One Piece memes or Attack on Titan pictures, you're probably gonna get his attention way faster than unusual. How are you doing? That's it for me. This has been Victor. Judith, thank you so much from being here with us. I hope you have an amazing year ahead. And of course, you always know where to find us, either at our website, YouTube, or even on Instagram. Please follow Judith here in his pages, follow ourselves. And the next time I'll be here. Thank you so much, Judith. I'll see you the next time. Bye bye,
Thank
everyone.
you, everyone.